Hey, it's SaskiaSketches, and today I'm continuing a story thread that Type 40 Artist started. Right then, this is a very interesting concept. It's almost like a roleplay type of thing, but not really. So, well, it's interesting anyway. I'll quickly explain the rules. He wrote some rules down in his video, but I'll clarify them a little bit. Okay, so the first rule is that you must watch all the videos that are part of this story. Currently it's only two, it's my video here and then Type 40 Artist's video. It might actually be better if he makes a playlist that contains all the videos that are part of the same thread in it, just to keep track of them all, and so that people that want to continue can easily find all the parts of the story. Then if you get challenged at the end, you're allowed to continue the story. Obviously, if you get challenged and you don't want to do it, feel free not to. It's not a you don't have to, obviously, and don't feel like you have to, because there shouldn't be any pressure on this. And then thirdly, there is no deadline, and fourth, there is no word limit. But I do want to add here that it would be very nice if you write at least one thing that moves the plot forward or develops the characters significantly, obviously you can write a little bit, but make sure that it has significance and that it is a part of the story. You don't want somebody to be able to skip your video and then continue with the story and not notice. Write something that is that the story benefits from. And then the fifth one is you make a video where you read your story and you challenge at least one person at the end to continue the story. Type 40 wrote down challenge at least 3 people, but I think at least one should be enough, otherwise the story is going to get way too complicated, right? If there's 20 different threads going off of one story, then it's going to be very hard to keep track of which thread is the main one and which are the alternate universes. It's gonna get very big. So I'd say challenge at least one person, maybe just one person, and then a backup in case I don't want to continue. Okay, then the sixth one is you're only allowed to end the story if you've participated in the same thread before, and then the seventh one is you gotta have fun. Because obviously you always have to have fun with these sorts of things. Right then, I'm not going to wait to challenge the people that at the end. So I'm just going to say here, the people I choose to continue the story are Type 40 Artist again, and Weblight Dreams, and anyone that wants to continue that watches the video. I don't know how many people watch my videos at this point. I don't think it's very many people. So yeah, if you want to, feel free. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Right, let's get into the story then. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add one more rule. Keep faith non-binary, please. Thank you. Respect trans kids or invoke my wrath. Seriously. Right. Okay. Never in their life had Faith ever been so scared. Sure, sometimes Father took a little longer to gather the firewood, but never this long. He had never missed breakfast, not once, in all the years that they had lived together. Faith had begun to wonder and worry about what might be keeping him. Had a tree fallen and blocked off the way back to the hut? Had he been attacked by a bear? Had he slipped and fallen into the lake? Or even worse, might the trolls have found him and eaten him whole? Were they now prowling near the hut, lying in wait for Faith to come outside, looking for their father? The child shivered and tears came to their eyes. "Oh, Dad, where are you?" No answer came, of course, except from the old grandfather clock that chimed melancholically to announce the passing of yet another hour. Faith furrowed their brow, took a breath, and gathered themselves. If Dad hasn't come back yet, it must mean he needs help. If I don't go, then who will? The thought of the trolls still plagued their mind, and Faith wasn't about to go outside without some form of protection. Their hands quivered as they scoured the hut for anything that might be of help. Eventually, they found a sturdy pan lid that might serve as a small shield, as well as a tall broomstick they might use in a sword's stead. And finally a bucket, broken and a little rusty perhaps, but it was better than no helmet at all. The child placed the bucket over their head, gripped the lid and broom, and took a breath. Their heart was pounding in their throat, sweat dripping down their back and their teeth clenched as they stared at the door. Faith could swear they heard footsteps, large, grey, furry feet that could crush their bones just as easily as they did a pinecone, as well as lunatical laughter, crazed though yet still contained snickers of anticipation. Faith bit their lip, took a deep breath and inched closer toward the door. They were going to find their dad no matter what, and if they'd go down in the process, they certainly wouldn't without a fight. Now or never. After a moment of quiet, they burst through the door with a loud yell, hoping to take them by surprise. Faith's shout echoed across the lake as they leapt down the porch, swinging the broomstick and hiding behind the pan lid, yet hitting nothing but air. They looked around frantically, only to realise that they were completely alone. No trolls, no bears, no danger. Faith breathed out a sigh and let the broomstick slip from their grasp, as well as the pan lid, and took the bucket off their head as well. Then suddenly, a familiar voice sounded. "Everything all right over there?" Faith cried out in surprise. "Ferdinand!" The thought of the trolls forgotten, Faith ran around the hut and found their father's horse, still standing inside his stable. "What are you doing here?" the child breathed out, perplexed and out of breath. "Where's Dad?" Faith's father had always took Ferdinand with him when he went to gather firewood. The horse would carry all the lumber. Seeing Ferdinand moved Faith to tears. If they weren't sure anything was wrong before, they certainly were now. None of this made any sense. Ferdinand lowered his head to nuzzle Faith, trying to console the crying child. Faith wrapped their arms around the horse's head, rubbing their face against his nose. "He didn't tell me where he was going," Ferdinand said softly, "but he had packed many a thing, and he was wearing a thick coat. I watched him set off westward. I think he might have gone to the mountain." Faith froze. "The mountain? Why would he go there?" "I don't know," Ferdinand breathed out, "but if you'd like, I'll help you look for him." Faith let go of the horse's head and took a step back. "Really?" they asked, their relief apparent in the tone of voice. "Of course," the horse answered, and Faith undid the rope serving as the stable's gate. "We'll gather some supplies first," Faith said, leading the horse around the hut. "If we're going all the way up the mountain, we'll need some—" Faith halted abruptly, both in speech and stride, and their eyes widened in concern. In the grass in front of the porch lay nothing. The lid, broom and bucket Faith had dropped right there had vanished. Sorry to leave you all on a cliffhanger, but that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it all the way to the end, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to his YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!